Rice?
Mitchell.
I thought the light music would start. Rob, go ahead and turn around.
She's beautiful, man.
We're gonna check out the scene.
He's supposed to say
He's
something.
gotta sing. He's gotta talk first.
Good afternoon. We're all here today to celebrate the relationship of Stephanie Papa and Robert Lopez, and to be witnesses and supporters of the commitment they share with one another. Together, we're a group of the most important people in their lives, and they brought us here publicly recognize that we've all played some special part in the love that they share today. Who gives this bride to be married?
We do.
Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, then let's say.
Thank you. You may take your seats now. It's hard to do better than seeing two people publicly express their unconditional love for one another. What makes it special for each of you in the audience is the love we all share for Stephanie and Rob today. You're here today not just because of your love for them, but because of their love for you and their desire for their family and friends to take part in this special day in their lives. We're all fortunate not only to know Stephanie and Rob, but to know how special the love they share is. And to begin today, we will have a reading that they've selected expressing how they feel about their bond and the commitment they're making today.
A reading from the Song of Solomon 8:6. Place me like a seal over your heart, like a seal on your arm. For love is as strong as death, is jealousy as enduring as the grave. Love flashes like fire, the brightest kind of flame. Many waters cannot quench love, nor can rivers drown it. If man tried to buy love with all his wealth, his offers would be utterly scorned. This poem is comparing love and death. Robert and Stephanie, love is as strong as death. It is something not given or bought. Nothing can water down these intense flames of love when you're bonded together. With Christ in your marriage, bring to him perfect people, and then begin to attempt to create an everlasting love that will withstand the colors, the good, the bad, the happy and sad, and the fire of the world. Robert and Stephanie, remember, marriage is no cake in the walk, but having Christ in the center of your relationship is the key of remaining intact. This poem is a beautiful example of what love endures, all things, even the moments where life gets really real. You two are taking a wonderful step in this life we call.
Some of you may not know the story of how Rob and Stephanie came to be here today. Well, when we last left our intrepid adventurers, it was around 3 years ago. A true-to-life Tinderella story in the making. Yep, they met on Tinder when they started chatting it up. Their first date was at Cold Stone Creamery, which was brought about by a lost bet on a game of trivia crack. The winner, I'm told, is still held a secret. This was Rob's perceived first date. After a few months of going on hikes and creating soccer and kickball teams, Stephanie took a leap in asking Rob to accompany her and some friends on a birthday trip to Florida. Rob's yes was a complete surprise to Stephanie, and they made the road trip halfway across the country with no AC. During the trip, some advances were made, but not by who you might think. Rob conducted himself like a complete gentleman, much to the chagrin of Stephanie. He was nervous. This was Stephanie's first perceived date. After the trip, a perplexed Stephanie texted Rob on his interest levels.
Oh boy.
For those of us close to Rob, he can be hard to read sometimes. The text caught Rob completely off guard, to the point where he had to stop playing his League of Legends game. For those of us gamers out there, we know what kind of sacrifice that is. After about 30 minutes of pacing around the room, not knowing how to respond, he finally asked Stephanie on their very first official date that they considered together. The rest of the story, as they say, is history. In July 2017, Rob proposed in the most romantic site San Angelo has to offer, the esteemed Lily Pad Garden. Which brings us to today. Rob, Stephanie, marriage gives permanence and structure to a couple's love. It's a way to tell one another that no matter how much you gain or how much you spent while out shopping for the next sports league you create, that you're in this together. It's stronger than an Infinity Edge in League,
Nice.
and it's more precious than any surprise present that you can offer Rob. Marriage is telling the person you love that you love them, and that you're not going anywhere. And that's a powerful commitment for two people to make. A good marriage must be built on the foundation of this commitment. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It's never being too old to hold hands. It's remembering to say I love you at least once a day. It's never going to sleep angry. It's standing together and facing the world together. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It's having the capacity to forgive and forget. It's giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not only marrying the right partner, but it's being the right partner. This road has brought Stephanie and Rob here today, and it hasn't been easy. It's been filled with challenges that they weren't necessarily prepared for. But together they've taken each one on and have used those experiences to strengthen, not weaken their love. At this time, the bride and the groom have written wedding vows, which they will share with one another.
You first.
Rob?
Me? Oh boy. Stephanie, today I take you to be my wife. I vow to be trustworthy, supportive, patient, and ensure that the love in our future never comes to an end. We have come very far from where we started and have overcome our most difficult challenges. I promise to keep you paramount and help you with all the hard work in life. Loving you is the most incredible feeling I have ever felt. I promise to bring you and our families all the happiness and comfort you bring to me every day. I vow to love you forever, Stephanie, and use the spark you bring to keep a fire in my heart burning forever.
And Stephanie.
I, Stephanie, take you, Robert Lopez, to be my husband, my partner in life, and my one true love. I believe in you, the person you will grow to be, and the couple we will be together. With my whole heart, I take you as my husband, acknowledging and accepting your faults and strengths as you do mine. I promise to love you more each day than I did the day before. I promise to always support you in your career and to help you achieve everything you ever wanted out of life. I promise to be faithful and to always make our family's love and happiness my priority. I will dream with you, celebrate with you, and walk beside you through whatever our lives may bring. I promise to always trust you and respect you, laugh with you and cry with you, loving you faithfully through good times and the bad, regardless of the obstacles we may face together. You are my person, my life, and my one true love, today and always.
May we have the rings, please? Rob, if you could take Stephanie's hand. Place the ring on her finger and say, "With this ring I thee wed, you, Stephanie Papa."
With this ring, I wed you thee, Stephanie Papa. Not gonna drop it this time.
Now, Stephanie, if you could take Rob's hand and say, "With this ring I thee wed, Robert Lopez."
With this, oh, I already forgot.
With this ring
With this ring,
I thee wed,
I thee wed,
Robert Lopez.
Robert Lopez.
These rings symbolize an eternity of love that you guys are about to bring about. You also wanted to partake in Unity Sand. If we can make our way over to the table. Stephanie and Rob, today you join your separate lives together. The two separate bottles of sand symbolize your separate lives, separate families, and separate sets of friends. The red sand represents Rob's new career as a firefighter. The blue sand represents Stephanie's support in the awareness of child abuse and autism. They represent all that you are and all that you will ever be as an individual. They also represent your lives before today. Pick up the bottles. Please pour the sand. As these two containers of sand are poured into the third container, the individual containers of sand will no longer exist, but will be joined together as one. Just as these grains of sand can never be separated and poured again into the individual containers, so will your marriage be, together. With these two symbols done, showing that your undying fidelity and love for one another, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.